Alright guys, now we're going to go over items. And what we're going to do with items is, once again, okay, so with items, what we're going to do is we're going to fill up the chart the same way we did with jobs. Okay, only now we're circling the highest bid for an item. And if our item is more than our fair share, we pay. Items less than our fair share, we receive. And if we don't get anything, we receive our entire fair share. So as I add across here, I get 426,500. And then here I get 426,200. And then here I get 421,700. And here I get 422,700 when I add across. My fair share, I divide them by 4, which is the amount of people, 106,625. When I divide this one by 4, I get 106,550. This one by 4, it's 105,425. And this one, 105,675. And I'm going to circle the highest bid. Mike gets the house, Joe gets the car, Steve gets the Yankee tickets, Steve gets the TV, and John gets the computer. So I distribute the items. Home goes to Mike. The car and ticks go to Steve. Once again, in the final answers, you've got to show the items as well. You can't just not show items. And then John is going to get a car. Oh, I'm sorry. Steve does not get the car. My fault. That was a typo. Steve is getting the ticks and the TV. So Steve, sorry about that, ticks and TV. Okay, John is going to get the car and the computer. And John gets the car and the computer. So we've given away the items. Okay. So in terms of payment, it's 400,000 minus 106,625. Mike is going to pay 293,375. And I know these numbers are high, but remember, you have a calculator. Just use it. Joe is going to get $106,550. Steve is going to pay Steve is going to get $97,525. These items are less than his fair share. And John is also going to get, $78,775. Because his items are also less than his fair share. So when your items are less than your fair share, you receive the money. When your items are more than your fair share, you pay the money. Now we got to get to a surplus. The amount being paid out is $293,375. And we're going to subtract that from, or $293,375 minus $282,850. And that answer is going to be, when we subtract, $10,525. I'm going to take that $10,525 and divide by 4. And I'm going to get $2,631.25 to give to each person. So that reduces Mike's payment by $2,631.25. So $293,375 minus $2,631.25. Mike's final payment is $290,743.75. We just added to what Joe is receiving. So Joe is going to get, in addition to his $106,550, we add $2,631.25 to that. And he ends up with $109,181.25. That's what he's receiving. Steve, with the tickets and TV, is going to get an additional $2,631.25. So he gets 100,156.25. And finally, John with the car and the computer is going to get an additional 2,631.25. So when you add it on to what he gets, it's 81,406.25. And if you were to add it up, and I'll do it right here, okay, through verbally, if I add 109,181.25 plus 100,156.25 plus 81,406.25, I should get 290,743.75. So I know that question is correct. Our last one, we're going to treat the A, B, C, D, and E as items, and now we have 5 people. So to get our fair share, we're dividing by 5. Let me see if I can fix something here. Okay. So my total bid for Mike was $940. My total bid for Joe was $840. Total bid for Tim was $1,100, and I'm just adding these across like I've done the last 3. Total bid for Jim is $820, and the total bid for Chris is $1,080. For fair shares, once again, we're dividing by 5, not 4. There's 5 people, so we divide by 5, not 4. 188 is my fair share. 168 is my fair share. 220 is my fair share. 164 is my fair share. 216 is my fair share. And now the items, Mike gets A, Mike gets B. Tim gets C, Tim gets D, and Chris is going to get E. And we're going to give those items out right away. A, B. Mike gets A and B. Tim is going to get C and D. And Chris is going to get E. And now we go to the payments, or the receives. Mike's items are $440. Since it's an item, and it's more than our fair share, we pay the difference. 440 minus 188, he's paying 252. Joe, because he did nothing, receives his entire fair share of 168. Tim, his items are 500, which is more than 220. 500 minus 220, he's paying 280. Jim, who gets nothing, gets 164. And finally, Chris, since his item is more than his fair share, pays the difference. It's 104. We're going to take all the pays, which adds up to 636. And now I subtract the gets. The 2 gets, 168, 164, is 332. And now we're subtracting those, and we get an answer of 304. And we take that 304 and we divide by the amount of people. Sorry about that. 304 divided by 5 equals 6080. So Mike gets to pay 6080 less. So his payment, 252 minus 6080, is 191.20. We just added on to Joe's. He now gets 228.80. Tim pays. We take that payment and subtract the 6080, and he gets a payment of 219.20. Jim just adds the 6080 to 164, and we get 224.80. And finally, 104 minus 6080, we're paying 43.20 for Chris. And in this case, the payments will add up to the receives. Okay, if you add up 191 and 219 in 43 and the 320 cents, so it's 60 cents. That's going to equal 228.80 plus 224.80, and that is our answer.